Hi guys, and welcome to the State of Crypto, your one-stop source for all crypto-related news. I'm your host Martin, and this is episode 99. Bitcoin hailed a success by China. Will Binance support 180 currencies? And Ethereum loans rise. Guys, thank you for being here. 99 shows, almost in a row, except for that small break that I had to take. But anyways, 99 days being here, sort of consistently, right? I mean, except for those like 4 or 5 days, like I said, that I was off. So again, I'm really proud that we have been able to come back here every day and that we get to share this with you. Again, thank you for tuning in. If you're tuning in today, happy Wednesday, middle of the week. I hope you're having a great week so far and looking forward to the weekend. I am taking Friday off. My wife is traveling and she's taking my daughter with her, and I'm staying with my son. So we're going to have a boys' nights, I guess. We're going to go watch movies, go play, whatever, man. Chuck E. Cheese, just have a blast. Anyways, if you're catching this from live, welcome. And if you're catching the replay and have any suggestions for us, please leave us a comment below. We really want to know what you are thinking. And if you want to keep up to date with the latest crypto-related news, make sure you subscribe. You hit that like button and that bell so you're notified when we go live. But really, go and hit that subscribe button right now and do help us grow, man. If you want to keep on chatting with us once the stream is done, you can join us on the Discord. The link is in the description, as always. So is the link to all the other articles that we cover here on the stream. Now, I am setting up the side screen real quick because I was running around with some things real quick prior to the stream starting. That's why we also started a little bit later than usual. But anyways, let's get on to the information, right? So we're gonna move on to the screen that you're all familiar with, and we'll take it from there. Yeah, so I think I'm gonna change the format a little bit today. We usually run and do news from the main cryptosphere, and then we do news analysis for the main crypto market, then or just look at the main crypto market. Then we do Bitcoin analysis for Bitcoin, Litecoin analysis for Litecoin. So I think I'm just gonna run through the articles today, and then just do all analysis at the end. And let me know if that is something that you guys like. I mean, I am trying to come up with different ways to do the stream that might be more enjoyable for people. Right, that way, if someone wants to watch just the news, they can watch the beginning of the stream. If someone wants to just see the technical analysis, they can run towards the end of the stream. And for me, it just makes it easier also to index stuff, right? So I can tell you which minute the article is at when I talk about certain coins, or when the market analysis starts, so you can jump to that area if that is of your interest. Anyways, I'm rambling a bit, so let's go on to the actual news. Ukraine wants to know how much cryptocurrency your family owns. That is not really good news, right? When governments want to know how much you own, I mean, the reasons are probably good, but then you would lose all that privacy, right? Anyways, a new law introduced in Ukraine last month will force all citizens to disclose how much cryptocurrency they own, in addition to that owned by their close relatives. The law number 140-IX, or Roman numeral 9, comes into force after an amendment to the Constitution of Ukraine. Despite the law coming into force early next year, there is a sense of confusion amongst Ukrainians since there is no definition of the word cryptocurrency anywhere in the legal framework of the country. For the past few years, Ukraine has been suffering from various economic challenges, while the war in Donbass, as well as the Crimean conflict, are making things worse for the country's economy. To tackle these shortfalls, as well as a crackdown on corruption, the Ukrainian government has stepped up to its corruption prevention efforts through a new corruption prevention law that was introduced in 2009 and adopted in 2014. That also works as a system for conflict of interest resolution. The new amendment to this law acknowledges cryptocurrencies as a store of wealth and its potential for use in financial crimes, including money laundering, fraud, and financing of terrorists. So for now, Ukrainians are struggling to get acquainted with this new law, and the time is running out as it will be effective on January 1st, 2020, as per the final and transitional provisions of law number 140. Now, I do believe that there's a certain appeal of crypto and the privacy it provides. The fact that you have to disclose to the government how much you own certainly breaks that, right? I would guess if they had to ask the exchange should provide it if they're FATF compliant. But there is a part of crypto that you might hold in a wallet that it's maybe your like a store that you have for like your rainy day funds or whatever, right? So I'm not so sure if like the government in this case should have access to that information, because it's something that you want to keep private, right? It's equivalent of storing cash under your mattress. So again, and I do get there's a side market for cryptos, not just exchanges, right, where you can agree to send someone money and they can send crypto directly to your wallet. Higher risk though with that, but again, ways that keep the money off the trail of the exchanges, where people are trying to track it because they believe that it is the way to go, right? Because I guess they still haven't realized that crypto is just so much larger than the exchanges, right? Like if I hold a certain amount of Bitcoin and you came and asked me and you wanted to buy Bitcoin from me personally, you can give me cash, right? And I can send you the Bitcoin at that point in time, right? You can go to a crypto ATM, like a Bitcoin ATM, and buy some crypto, right? And put it into your wallet. And then, it's maybe nobody can track that part, right? So again, you having to disclose it up front might not be the best, right? Someone like, if the government has that information and they get hacked or someone leaks that information, then the people will know how much crypto you hold, and then a whole bunch of other crimes can still come down, right? I mean, they want to do it to keep anti-money laundering, etc., but you can choose to disclose it or not. So again, not so sure how they're gonna enforce it. If you're gonna get fined if they find out you have crypto and you didn't declare it. So again, I'm not familiar with the law. It's just something that is happening in a country that can later on be copied and placed into another country as well as a form of operation, right? A regular form of way to operate. So again, just keep in mind that this is going on in another country now. They want to know how much you hold, and just let me know if you think it's good or bad, right? Let's go into the next article. A new report by the World Gold Council shows that there is a global demand for harder forms of money than fiat currencies. Such demand points to a bright future for Bitcoin, given that it represents an even harder form of money than the precious metal, right? That's what the article is stating here. Now, they do have a graph here. There we go. See if I can open it. Yeah. So it says that this one says 61% over here, and the article over here, this says 64%. But in total, 61% of those that were surveyed in the report said that they trusted gold more than they did fiat currencies, and historically favored for somewhat the limited supply that it has. The only good thing for gold and not Bitcoin, it's time, right? Gold has been tried all through time, so Bitcoin is quite young compared to gold, and that's why people have a certain nostalgia to holding gold, and rather than to go to Bitcoin that's newer. Anyways, the recent World Gold Council report asked 18,000 individuals from around the world for their investment preferences, and it showed that gold remains one of the most popular forms of investment globally. Savings accounts are by far the most popular, with life insurance next and gold in third place. Now, this graph here I do like. It's also from the World Gold Council. It does not match what the article states. That's the only thing I have here. Now, it says that 64% of people who have invested in gold in the past, be that jewelry, bars, or coins, or ETFs, would definitely buy again in the future. Find out more then they have this link, right? So they say gold buyers, right? 64% of buyers will buy it in the future. 40% said invest funds, 40% cryptos, and 39% stocks and shares. I'm not sure how they get to these percentages, because if you add them up, they don't go to 100%. Anyways, if you want to look at this article, it's in the description, so the link's there. A state-run newspaper in China called what's the name? Xinhua has published a front page story hailing Bitcoin as the first successful application of blockchain technology. The praise marks a significant shift in Beijing's stance towards cryptocurrency and comes as the country prepares to launch its global digital currency. Monday's edition of Xinhua went into detail about how Bitcoin and its underlying blockchain technology works, describing it as one of the hottest topics in recent years. The Xinhua article was not wholly positive about Bitcoin, claiming that the semi-anonymous nature of the cryptocurrency meant that it was used for illicit activities like money laundering. And they actually stated that people can freely transfer money through Bitcoin without having to verify various identity information. However, this feature also makes Bitcoin widely used in illegal transactions. And then they also went on to say that currently the most important use for Bitcoin payments are black market transactions and dark web transactions, which we know is BS. Sorry guys, I'm having a bit of a trouble here with the stream. It is flowing at a nice rate. I can see it in the bars, right? But apparently it told me that, like, I know at least there's 3 people watching, and then it just went to 0, and I was looking over at my cell phone because I keep a copy of the stream running, and I'm still here. So again, I'm not sure why it went to 0. And I want to make sure the stream hadn't dropped, so sorry about that. It just took me a second to catch up to it again. Currently like I said, the most important, they're stating that the most important use of Bitcoin is black market transactions and dark web transactions, which we know is BS. There are a lot of other transactions that happen with Bitcoin, not just those. But it's good that they keep running articles about Bitcoin to the people. It brings awareness. So again, a lot of people in China, right? Billions of people in China that could have access to crypto. Particularly, they're setting their minds so that they probably will accept easily the digital yuan, right? That's probably their end game here with all these articles they're posting about Bitcoin, blockchain, crypto. Get them in that mindset so when the change comes, it's easier for them to accept. Now, they probably don't want people to go Bitcoin, so they're throwing all these, like, I'm not sure what to call fake news, let's say. They're throwing all this fake news at Bitcoin so that people don't buy Bitcoin but stay with the digital yuan, right? Anyways, on to the next article. Decentralized finance, or DeFi, it's the new buzzword in the crypto world now, and Ethereum is leading the pack, although this platform still has much work ahead of itself before Ethereum 2.0. And the article says that they have seen an uptick in demand on the network now recently. Share statistics by DeFi Pulse shows that outstanding debts on Ethereum have exploded this year, whereas they were previously non-existent in 2017, and they have seen risen drastically. Almost 3 million in Ethereum-based loans are currently represented on Ethereum as debts, and the graph is here. Right, Ethereum debt outstanding, and you can see that it hit 3 million, but right now it's sitting around like maybe 2.75 million, let's say, in debt. So anyways, many are speculating that this is just the beginning and that the number will increase substantially as we get close to phase 0 of Ethereum 2.0, because, well, they're stating that we are currently amidst a rush to accumulate Ethereum, 32 Ethereum, which is the minimum amount needed to stake Ethereum on the network for returns. So again, we might see a rise in the price of Ethereum if all this Ethereum is in the market, but I believe if people are accumulating, they're probably not going to be trading it. So again, all these exchanges have to sell that Ethereum to people or lend it, right? I'm not sure how they're actually handling this. I do want to get a better grip on this information. This article I just looked at like an hour before the stream started, and it's the only article I have for Ethereum. So I didn't have a real good chance to go in detail into the article. But again, like I'm saying, dude, debt on Ethereum rising. People want to accumulate 32 Ethereum so they can stake it and earn returns. I'm not sure what the returns are going to be for staking Ethereum. However, if you stake it and then the returns are low, because there's way too many people staking it, and I'm not sure if it's going to be he who stakes the most claims the most, which could potentially be the case. Then you're loan will still probably be really high, and you won't be able to pay it as easy, man. So again, I'm not sure what the term conditions are for these loans that they're giving, but anyways, the debt on Ethereum is rising. Anyways, guys, on to the next article, right? Ripple. Anthony Pompliano is offering its late take on XRP. Pompliano says his recent interview with Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse reinforced his belief that Ripple can build a solid business model by making global payments faster and more efficient. But when it comes to the digital asset XRP, he remains skeptical about its long-term prospects as an investment. Now he says, he's actually saying this is a quote: "From day one, I've said that Ripple, the software company, is pretty compelling. The idea that banks need software as a service products to better conduct business, be more efficient, and move money around more easily, all of that makes sense to me, but probably still not sold on XRP itself. One, the investment opportunity that a lot of people think and believe it is, and two, I think that there's a number of other digital currencies that can be used in that system. And so I'm kind of bullish on Ripple, the software company, and still a skeptic when it comes to XRP, the digital currency. Now, I'm not sure about that because Ripple, yeah, they have a good concept, and he makes a point. The concept is really good. They are going after a market that is in need of that liquidity. But again, Ripple has built the solution to run around, or to run on its token, right? Its native token. So I wonder what other tokens he believes he could use for this. What's faster than Ripple right now? What takes less than 3 to 7 seconds, really? And how much of a difference is it on impact, right? At that time, I mean, we're talking that you're going from days to seconds when using XRP, right? The token. So how much more can you improve on that, right? That is a valid question. If someone can tell me, like, no, I need the money this second, man. Yeah, 7 seconds is still this second for a lot of people. So being able to get it really quickly, less than a minute, less than an hour, it's still magical, right? There's no way you can go around that. Even if it takes 1 second, by the time it clears the internal processes of the processing company, call it MoneyGram, etc., it still takes, it'll still take the same amount of time. So it's just negligible right now to go even lower. So I'm not sure where he wants to get at with this point. If he believes in the company, he'll probably have to believe in the token at some point in time. Anyways, during his interview with Garlinghouse, Pompliano said that he's not convinced that the ultimate use of digital assets will be able to support the current banking system. He says that in the long run, he believes that they may be used to create an entirely new way to move capital that doesn't rely on third parties in the middle. So basically, he's saying that ways to move capital without maybe the banks and without MoneyGram, right? So he's saying that maybe those parties will be out of the way. To go on and quote Anthony Pompliano again, he says, "So what I end up coming to is there's probably many versions of the future, but two of those versions are what I call a corporate company creating a software product that has been sold in an enterprise model into banks, which you guys are doing, and then there is likely to be something other than Bitcoin that is used, whether that's XRP or somebody else comes along and creates something that is, or it's Libra, right? Or whatever gets created. And then the other world is a world of Bitcoin, which there will be people who builds this stuff, but it's much more kind of empowering people fighting back against things like inflation and banking system, yada, yada, yada. I really do think that what ends up being the most valuable is what path the world goes down. If we go down the path where we need something that is fully decentralized, non-censorable, non-seizable, etc., I don't think Ripple and XRP will end up being the winner in that world, and vice versa, right? If we go down a world where we need a corporate software company that sells into banks, etc., I actually don't think that Bitcoin can win in that world. Now, my question here is, that's the end of this article. So, what I'm seeing is, what do you think is going to happen, man? Do you think the banks and everyone is just going to let Bitcoin run them to the ground? I mean, there are banks that there will still be banks that come out and hold Ripple or Bitcoin. And if you want to go to a bank and get a loan, instead of getting a loan on dollars, you'll get a loan on Bitcoin. But it will run the same way that they're still running because they're so huge, man. So again, he's not going to get rid of those figures. He's also not going to get rid of governments, right? Taking Ripple or Bitcoin or any crypto, it's not going to get rid of governments. There still needs to be governments. They might have a little bit less involvement on the currencies that get issued, right? Because they cannot issue anymore. But again, governments can buy Bitcoin and then do everything on Bitcoin, right? And pay salaries in Bitcoin, etc. Yeah, they cannot stop transactions or seize it. But again, they'll probably come up with a way to, you get your money deposited into a certain wallet, and that wallet is co-owned by the government, right? So again, they can seize it anytime, and they won't allow you to maybe make transfers to other wallets or to other exchanges, right? They can find a way to lock it, man. Again, they can try to make it hard for you, right? Like a multi-sig wallet, that's where you get your money deposited, and then you don't have that other side. Again, you're probably gonna have to get government clearance for you to be able to get that transaction going. I mean, they can find a way to like try and neutralize it, right? All I'm saying is there's a lot of power, and they're not gonna let go of it easily and without a fight. But again, I do believe Anthony Pompliano could probably change his stance on XRP, and let's see where that goes. I don't have any news for Litecoin, so I'm gonna go into the news for Binance. And after this news for Binance, it's 2 articles for Binance, and then we'll just go into the market. So, regulated blockchain company Paxos has launched a product allowing crypto exchange customers to more easily fund their accounts with traditional money. With this new fiat gateway service, Paxos said Tuesday that users will be able to execute simple swaps between US dollars and stablecoins, including the firm's own Paxos standard. Binance, the world's largest crypto we know, will be the first to integrate the product, and the firm will also have its stablecoin Binance US dollar included in the swap options. So Champagne actually said Paxos is a trusted partner that keeps innovating ways to make traditional and digital assets more interoperable. The new fiat gateway is the fastest, simplest US dollar on and off ramp for our customers. We look forward to working more closely with Paxos to integrate additional solutions. While Paxos Fiat Gateway will facilitate swaps between the fiat currency and stablecoins, the company announced a second offering called Stablecoin Swap that allows fee-free one-to-one interoperability between Paxos-powered stablecoins. Now, swaps are interesting that they're going to have them coming into the market, right? But again, a swap is an exchange. That's it. It's just a different word for exchange. You can have a certain amount of tokens, right? I can have another certain amount of tokens, and we decide to swap them, right? 1-to-1, whatever. I'll give you those tokens, you give them to me, and again, that's it. So again, it's just a trade, it's an exchange. So, but instead of going to an exchange, you're probably just gonna do it through Paxos or directly into Binance, right? Anyways, I'm not sure how this is gonna play out for them, right? It's just like still an exchange in between parties, let's say, that have to agree mutually what the price is going to be for that transaction to happen. But let's say that swap does not go through a regular exchange. That's how I could describe it, probably in simpler words. Anyways, Champagne Zhao announced that at the Super Exchange or the Exchange Super Meetup in Singapore Tuesday, one of the key things I want to do for the next few months, 6 to 9 months or so, is to get those other 180 fiat currencies onboarded onto Binance.com. That is aggressive. He wants to get the whole world access to Binance. The article is very short, so again, not much to be resumed. Though the initiative Binance wants to give, Binance wants to give customers direct access to the large liquidity available on the exchange. That's what Champagne Zhao said, and the announcement reveals Binance's strategy that it wants to work with third-party services to add as many fiat crypto pairs as possible. Now, them working with other parties could potentially give them access to those 180 cryptos. Like, the question is, will they be able to handle that volume? I mean, they want to give all this to the world, right? They want the whole world running on Binance. And it's probably going to make Binance the most powerful exchange in the world if they do that. If everyone on the world can take their fiat and buy Binance, or buy Binance coin, or just get into Binance with it and buy crypto, it's going to make it super accessible, dude. Everyone's going to be able to do it. They're all going to be on Binance. The whole world is just going to go, like, That's gonna be the main exchange, man. Again, we know Binance is the top exchange right now. So again, how much more do they want to go after, man? This guy wants to eat the world, and yeah, I believe it's amazing if he pulls it off in 6 to 9 months and he onboards 180 fiat currencies. Damn, that's gonna be insane, man. The volume and adoption that can derive from that is gonna be crazy, and it's probably gonna have the Binance coin go to the moon. Because that means everyone that goes into Binance will probably trade, and they're probably gonna try to take advantage of the Binance token, having that flexibility on discounted on trades, right? So again, it's probably I right now I would say that I want to hold Binance long term right now, so I might go and buy a little bit of Binance. If it starts onboarding some of these currencies, I will definitely go buy Binance right now. Well, right then, not right now. Right now I'm doing the stream. But if he starts to onboarding, like I said, I will. So let's go into the other part of the stream, and let's get this going on here, where we will begin talking about. Sorry, let me turn the music down a little bit. It was a little bit too loud. I guess as loud as me, or even louder. So let's go into the actual analysis, right, part. So again, starting right now, we'll do analysis. So let me just write down the time frame that we're at, which is 2934. 2934. That way I'll know when we're done that I can say that starting this minute, we're doing the technicals. So welcome to the technical segment of the stream, I guess. That's what we'll call it. And right now we can see the total market cap. Total market cap sitting yesterday losing money. Money flowing out of the cryptosphere, 0.41%. Right now, money flowing out, still 0.30%. Yesterday opening at 232.44 and closing at 231.44. Right now, sitting at $230.73 billion. Now, is it good? Is it bad? It's just sideways right now. So not super excited for this right now. But so long as we don't keep on losing market money on the cryptosphere, I guess, I'm happy with it, right? So let's go into the dominance for Bitcoin. Where's Bitcoin at in dominance? Bitcoin yesterday losing dominance, 0.25%. Right now gaining a little bit of dominance, 0.02%. Sitting at 70.3%. Yeah, 70.03% off dominance, right? Is it good? Is it bad? Sorry, not 70.03. I was looking at this number over here. See that 68.28. I got distracted by this little pop-up that happened. Dominance at 68.28. Is it good? Is it bad? I believe it's a little bit better than yesterday. Again, like I said, my view for this would be for Bitcoin dominance to go down, so that the market is it's more balanced, right? That's the word I was looking for in the other streams. So the market is balanced, and then everyone can hold their own a little bit better against Bitcoin fluctuations. And like I said, if you're a Bitcoin holder, you definitely want to dominate. If you're a pro crypto or pro a certain asset, you probably want that asset to grow. And if you're pro crypto, then you want dominance to be balanced. And I want dominance to be balanced. And that's it. Let's go into Bitcoin to the dollar. What's happening here on Bitcoin to the dollar on Coinbase? Range bound still at 8,983.08 to 8,437. Right now sitting at 8,731.63 cents. What happened yesterday? Well, we had a negative day, losing 0.59%. Right now losing still 0.30%. Still within this downsloping channel, so we have not been able to break it. We were talking about this potential divergence, right? Hidden bullish. Price continuation, we're within an downtrend, so we're seeing that play out still. You don't have it on the RSI. Sorry about that. Let me reload this and place something else here on the tracks. Let's see if we haven't played this one, I guess. There we go. So, not much going on since yesterday, right? We kind of closed down here. Right now, we're moving to the downside a little bit. Still have not undone the gains that we did 2 days ago. Negative momentum still building. Sitting neutral on the RSI at 46.98. So, some contraction starting to happen on the Bollinger Bands, but not much. Sitting below at 20 MA still. Again, range bound. So we're going to have to go into a much smaller scale to actually gauge what's happening. So let's go into the 4 hours. I moved that accidentally, I think. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so on the 4 hours, man. Downslope channel, sitting below 20 MA. Contraction is starting to happen on the Bollinger Bands again. When that contraction to develop, we had bullish divergence. Price action to the upside. It wasn't strong enough. Broke down. Sideways motion since. Not much happening on Bitcoin on the whole day. Yeah, we had some reversals, right? We had an impulse up, rejecting that 20 MA. Next hour, we also try to run up, rejecting, right? Undoing the previous hour after that, or 4 hours after that, sorry. Candle after that, I should say. Going green again, bullish engulfing after that. Again, some indecision going on, actually gaining 0, or closing at 0 in the 4 hour period. And right now in this 4 hour frame, moving to the downside, almost undoing what we made in the past candle. So again, not much going on here, man. If anything, from here to here going down, from here to here going a little bit higher, that positive momentum, which is not bad, let's say. But again, you're creating hidden bearish divergence, price continuation. You're in a downtrend, probably why we're breaking down, right? That would be to here, sorry. And you don't have it on the RSI. On the RSI, you are sitting at 43.32 on the 4 hour. So again, neutral, but heading towards right now. It seems like you're down sloping, so you would be heading towards that sold area. Let's wait and see how this keeps on developing, man. Right now, like I said, wait for something to happen. So we're gonna have to go into the 1 hour. On the 1 hour, 6 people tuned in. Thank you guys for watching. If you like what we do, like, comment, subscribe, and hit that bell so you're notified when we go live. If you have a comment for us, you can put it on the chat. It's a live stream. I'll reply to you as soon as I look at it. And let's keep on looking at this, right? Let's see. What happened? We had divergence. We called it out yesterday. Price action to the upside. We had a nice pump. We called it yesterday? Yeah, November 12th. At 7. Yeah, we called it out, right? We had that pump. During the stream, I think we were somewhere around here. Yeah, we were somewhere around here during the stream. Today, I was playing around with this idea that we're probably going to create this divergence, right? Or sorry, we're talking about, like, if we pumped higher, we would create divergence. We didn't pump higher. So again, we're just going with the market here. Right now, what I can see is that this looks like this. It looks like a triangle of sorts, right? Maybe not that one, but we can take it from this one, I guess. And it would look like we are kind of tightening every time we move up and down, right? So again, it would certainly give, it would look like a symmetrical triangle of sorts. I'll zoom in a little bit more for you guys. It has been brought to my attention that on cell phones, this is not the best looking stream, let's say that, right? Anyways, pinpointing right now, so give me 1 second. There we go. This would seem to make sense. Again, you can see we go high, lower, but again, higher than the previous low, lower high than the previous high, higher low than the previous low. So again, not much going on here, but just tightening on the range. And we see that represented also by the tightness of the Bollinger Bands. Sitting below 20 MA right now. Let's see, starting to carry a new negative momentum. I'll zoom in a lot here. I really want to get this going. So again, low, higher low, last negative momentum. Nothing there, if anything at all. We had something from here to here, right? You were going from here slightly higher, and from here you're going slightly lower. So again, if anything, you would be creating hidden bullish divergence. Price continuation. Try to pump a little bit, failed. Again, going down. Not sure. Is this low? Yeah, it's still higher than the previous low. So again, we're just tightening within this triangle. It's symmetrical, so it can break either way. Sitting neutral on the RSI at 45.56. Are we doing something on the RSI? I do believe so. You're technically going higher. And on the RSI from this point, right now you're going lower. So, yes, you will be also creating hidden bullish divergence on the RSI. Price continuation. Not the best looking for Bitcoin right now on the 1 hour, man. If we move to the downside, if we were to break to the downside on this symmetrical triangle, next area of support would be that mid part of the channel. If we break it, the upper part of the more major downsloping channel that we're in, If we break that, we have that 8,437. And if we break that, then we have this bottom part of the downsloping channel, the smaller downsloping channel that we're in. And then if we break that, then 7,531. Right. To the upside, if we were to break this to the upside, we have immediate resistance here at the 8,983. Then we have that upper part of the downsloping channel. After that, we would certainly have this area of support resistance that we have here that we have used for a while now. So again, we could potentially try to get back into this area. And if we break this, then that 10,219 doesn't look too bad. So if you were to consider this a bull pull and you were down sloping consolidation, that would be still, it's getting too long to be a flag. But again, you would still be doing a bull flag, and you would expect break to the upside. That's what this would tell me. Like I said, it's getting too long. It's just, I think we've lost whatever we could have played out of this, and it's looking more like a channel right now. More and more like just a downsloping channel. Like, it's not gonna break, man. Like, it could go back to zero. Anyways, we threw fibs for this, I think. Yes, we have them from here to here. So from the low to the high, we have retraced almost to that 618. That would be 8,547. We're really close to hitting it, right? And then we kind of bounce, and we're just sitting here in the middle of that 618 and that 50% retrace area, not knowing where we want to go. So stuff that could happen also, come down, hit that 618, that would be 8,547. That is very close to where we have our bottom part here, right? 8,437. So again, about $100 off. So yeah. So again, we could certainly go to the downside. We have some supports, as we can see. If this was to break to the upside, we're probably going to phase resistance around that 50% retrace. And then if we break that, our next resistance on the fibs will be that 382. And if we break that, 236, right? So, yeah, that's it for this right now. Let's look at Ethereum. Why not? Ethereum dominance. What is happening with Ethereum? Yesterday, gaining a little bit of dominance, 0.77% right now. Losing a little bit of dominance, 0.14%. Sitting at 8.79% off market cap. Anything above 8% is pretty good for Ethereum. The higher we go, the more resistant we are to Bitcoin. So let's go into Ethereum. Price of Ethereum to the dollar on Bitstamp at $186.92. What are we doing on the daily, man? Well, we are still within this triangle. We have not really broken it yet. Tightening of the Bollinger Bands a little bit. Positive momentum decreasing. Sitting neutral on the other side, 54.35. Again, symmetrical triangle. We could break either way. Something I can tell you right now is that if we were to go to the downside, we have that 20 MA to face as resistance, as support, sorry. Then we have this lower part of the upsloping channel to use as support as well. And if we were to break to the upside, then we have this upper part of the downsloping channel, this one here, that we could use as resistance. And then if we break that, we have this mid part of the upsloping channel to use as resistance. Let's see how this wants to play out, man. It's getting towards that suspense area where we're almost at the end of the structure, and we don't know where we're gonna break, and we don't have any clear indicators yet. So let's go into the 4 hours, see if we can find something there. High, lower high, lower high. Positive momentum, less positive momentum, and much less positive momentum. No bullish, no bearish divergence there. On the bottom part, low, lower low. Going with the market. Higher low, less negative momentum. Higher low, less negative momentum as well. We had some sort of divergence here, probably on the 1 hour. Then we're making this wouldn't be even a low, man. It doesn't seem like we swing down, just trying to move up slowly because we're tightening on that range. Now, look at the Bollinger Bands, how much they're contracting. Look at this sharp turn in. This is not as sharp on the bottom, but again, because we're pulling down right now. But again, movement on the Bollinger Bands certainly seems to suggest that we're going to tighten a little bit more, and we know what happens when we tighten. We get those explosive movements. Sitting neutral on the RSI at 53.17. Again, a lot of neutral stuff going on. Let's go into the 1 hour. On the 1 hour, tightness of the Bollinger Bands also seem to be coming in. You can see them curving into each other right now. Negative momentum is starting to build. We had from here to here. That'll be from here to here, right? Divergence, bearish, one. Slightly higher, I guess. Let me look at this real quick. What is this closing? 187.90. 187.98. Slightly higher, almost sideways moving. If we were to call that price sideways moving, we will still be making bearish divergence. We would just be making like medium bearish divergence, type 2 class B bearish divergence, right? If you want to consider this a slightly higher, then you would be making strong bearish divergence, type 1, type 1 class A. And then from here to here, you're going slightly higher even. And again, you're making strong bearish divergence, price action to downside. You're seeing it play out right now, but you're holding by that 20 MA a little bit. Now let's see if we had that divergence over here. From here to here, you're going higher, so you don't have it. From here to here, you're going lower, so you do have it from here to here. And then you have it from here to here, man. So the question for Ethereum is, how come it's not breaking down hard if we have divergence developed, and we have a lot of divergence developed? That is my question right now. That is a valid question, because I'm not sure why we're not breaking down, man. We developed divergence on 2 of the oscillators twice, and we're not breaking down hardcore, man. So we might be finding some support right there. Maybe from all these loans, maybe an expectation on Ethereum 2.0, right? The hard fork for Istanbul is launching on December the 4th, so we have less than a month for that hard fork to come, and maybe a lot of people are speculating that it's going to drive the price up because it's not going to rely on proof of work. It's going to rely on proof of stake. So again, let's see how these plays out for Ethereum, man. That's probably what's holding us, and probably where we're also seeing this indecision. Now let's see where this ends. If these points were to meet, I would have to go into the daily. Sorry guys, this is going to look really small to you for a second, but I do need to draw this line a little bit farther up. There we go. There we go. That would make sense there. Yeah. The point where these lines are converging is November the 19th, or between November the 19th and November the 20th. Is when we could potentially break, and it would kind of make sense because then we would be 14 days away from the Ethereum event, right? The hard fork. So let's see how this plays out. I'm not sure we're gonna get to here. Probably gonna break out before, but again, curious on Ethereum right now. I'm a little bit on the fence. Let's go into Ripple. What is Ripple doing, man? Ripple dominance on the daily yesterday, gaining very little, 0.21% right now. Losing a little bit, even though it looks green, 0.03%. Not doing much on dominance, just moving sideways again. Above 5%, I'm good with it, but damn, Ripple needs to start pulling its weight, man, on dominance. Otherwise, it's going to be a lot more susceptible to the market fluctuations. What is happening with Ripple, man? See, price of Ripple sitting at 27 cents, 27.120. Again, more or less the same price that we had yesterday, at a little bit below the opening from yesterday. So again, range bound by that 27.911 and that 26.698.92. Sorry, that's down here, right? On a downsloping channel again. If you were to consider this a bear pull, then you will be making a bull flag. You should expect for this to break to the upside. Potentially, why we're seeing this stagnation here, right? We're trying to see that momentum also stagnate a little bit on the daily, but sitting low on the RSI at 41.56. Again, neutral, but low, meaning near that sold area. Are we doing something on the daily? Not really. We're just moving sideways, and we're decreasing that. On the daily, from like one bar to the next, you really don't call divergence, right? So again, you're going slightly lower, but with less negative momentum. Maybe on the 1 hour, on the 4 hours, we're gonna be able to see some bullish divergence develop that could potentially pump us to the upside, right? Let's go look at this. Let's go into the 4 hour, man. On the 4 hour, tightness of the Bollinger Bands, you can see them starting to curve in. Sitting below at 20 MA, making positive momentum, sitting neutral on the RSI, sold on the RSI at 39.82. So again, a little bit sold, but almost neutral. Now, let me zoom out a little bit. I want to see something here. I gotta zoom in a lot more, man. I'm probably gonna have to do this like that. No, I can't see it very well. See, this is when I hate having this is when I hate the MACD histogram just gets too tight. I need to do this here. Sorry, guys. I really want to see what's going on here. So we're going from here to here. We're going lower, right? And technically, from here to here, we're also going lower. Very, very low. You can see it, man. It's just hard to look at, man. But again, we're definitely going lower. From here to here, we're also going higher on the RSI. So again, you're creating that bullish divergence that you need for this price to go up. So even here, right, that would be going on. Anyways, we created one bullish divergence, not the other one. What the hell? That is a weird ad that just started playing, man. Anyway, 6 people tuned in. Thank you guys for watching. If you like what we do, like, comment, subscribe. Hit that bell so you're notified when we go live. Trying something new for the stream today. Again, we're just on the market part of the stream. We're creating divergence, right? We're creating bullish divergence here, right? On this more macro. I have to shift this now again. Once I play with the, there we go. So we had that one divergence here, right? From here to here, 1. 2 divergences from here to here again. So you have 1, 2 divergences also on the RSI. And we're not pumping hard, bro. We're just like barely moving up. Here we had like a nice pump, but retraced. And right now, we're failing to get above that 20 MA on the 4-hour, man. And not looking very strong. Some contraction of the Bollinger Band starting to happen. Let's see how this keeps on playing out for Bitcoin. Sorry, for Ripple, guys. For XRP. Yeah, that's it for this, man. I want to go into the 1 hour because here it just gets too tight. It looks messy, and I don't like it when it looks like that. So let's go into the 1 hour. On the 1 hour, we had divergence right from here to here. Now this divergence is probably coming out from the 4-hour, man. Yeah, again, every stream, man, same stuff going on, right? There we go. Cluttering my my charts, man. I don't like it. This is also from the 4 hours, man. There you go. And this is also from the 4 hours, man. There we go. Now much cleaner. Divergence going on. Not so much on the RSI here. We called it out. Price action to the upside. Here we were saying we didn't know if we were going to go higher. We did go higher, and then we started to break down a little bit. Broke down to our previous level of comfort, which is around that 27. That area that we're floating at seems to be pretty comfortable. 27,117. Now, what's going on yesterday? I think. No, this was last night. Yeah, this was last night. We called divergence. We were somewhere around here during the stream. We said we were not sure if we were going to keep on playing to the upside on that divergence. We did. We got to that upper part of the channel. We called certain areas that we could go to towards the upper part and towards the bottom part. Now, on the shorter term, on Ripple, right, this would seem to make sense, right? And this would mean that we are within a symmetrical triangle. And again, you're kind of like tightening within that range. So we run to the upper part of the triangle again. Let's say come to the bottom part, right? We try to run to the upside again, and then we're breaking down again. Right now, we try to break and rally a little bit, but that 20 MA giving us some trouble. Breaking down again right now, fighting to not go lower, right? Anyways, let's see what's going on here on a more micro scale, man. This is starting to get too tight, man. High, lower, high, positive momentum, less positive momentum. That's fine. You're going with the market. So let's go into the bottom part. Low, higher, low again. Less negative momentum. But from here to here, I believe you might be making. Let's see, man. What is this? 7, 4. You're still lower. So you're going with the market. This is still a higher low than the previous low. And you're also making less negative momentum, if anything at all, man. No, we didn't have it. This is still higher than here, and you're having less momentum still. So again, this is just looking ridiculously tight, man. Like moving 0 on the MACD histogram for like 2-hour candles, man. So again, we're just tightening, man, and I think we can see some sort of indecision going on, right? We pumped up, we undid it. Then we pumped down, then we undid that. Then we started to break down again to its previous low. Then we said, never mind, we'll try to go up. Then we're facing resistance. We're trying to break down, but again, right now we're trying to pump. So again, not very clear as to where this is going to go. Not very clear at all, man. Again, on the daily, like we said, impulse down, right? Bear pull, bull flag. So again, potential price action to the upside. And we're starting to see this get tired, man. You know, like selling is just not as strong on the bars, right? Like we're stagnating a little bit. We're seeing it on the Bollinger Band. On the MACD histogram. And here it's just telling us that we're also kind of tired of going lower, right? So again, we're falling into this symmetrical triangle. Let's see how it breaks, man. A break of this triangle would get us a measure move. A measure move to the downside will probably put us around this area right here. Sorry, man. Let me see if I can move this a little bit. Not that. This. There we go. I'll take this as a high. Because I don't want to get a lot of lines, but if I were to draw a line here, I'll just draw it and then delete it, right? That will be this one right here. So again, a measure move, I'm taking it from the high to the low, right? Or from the low to the high, if you want to call it. And to the bottom part, it would get you somewhere around this area, right? 26,439. And to the upper part, it would get you around that 28 cent mark, right? That's it for Ripple, man. Not much going on, just tightness happening. Tight. Very, very tight. Anyways, that's it for Ripple, man. I think we're seeing a lot of the symmetrical triangles forming all over the place, man. So a lot of indecision going on. Let's go into Litecoin. Litecoin on the daily. There we go. Yesterday, losing dominance. 0.62% right now, gaining a little bit, 0.07. Sitting at 1.67% of market cap. Price of Litecoin, where's it at? It's still losing value, right? Yesterday lost 0.91%, right now losing 0.12%, sitting at $60.77. Where are we at? We're still within an upsloping channel, within a more major downsloping channel. Nothing here that I can tell on the RSI, right? You're going lower here than you were here, so again, you're fine with it on the daily. That momentum still decreasing and sitting neutral on the RSI at 52.70, so no divergence going on. Let's go into the 4 hours. Here we go. See stuff from the 1 hour coming here, man. So again, you know, it's weird that all this stuff from the 1 hour just doesn't stay there. You guys see me do this every day, and it's just like annoying that it doesn't stay where it's supposed to. There we go. So clearing the newest data points from the 1 hour that we had to draw on yesterday. Anyways, lower low, yes. Blessing momentum, yes. Bullish divergence developed, right, in the 4 hours. So from here to here, definitely going in. And on the RSI, you're not. You're just going with the market. So you had bullish divergence, strong bullish divergence on the MACD. Price action to the upside. You're trying to pump, but it was just too weak. Not even getting above that 20 MA. Contraction on the Bollinger Band starting to happen. Fans of Litecoin are going to the streets, holding signs, or at least one guy is going to the streets. They're holding a sign said by Litecoin. It's just weird. And I'm not sure if he's doing it to buy attention, bring awareness. But this project, like I said, man, let's see how they deal with Mimblewimble, and if they don't get delisted, we'll see where it goes from there. But if they get delisted, the price probably got tanked hard. So let's wait and see how things play out for Litecoin. On the 4 hours, nothing going on except for that divergence that we called, and it's not really playing out strongly. So let's go into the 1 hour. On the 1 hour, we had this beautiful head and shoulders that we called out, play nicely, hit that price move on the spot that we called out. So again, nicely there. We had bullish divergence, price action to the upside. We didn't pump higher than the previous one. So again, we created hidden bearish divergence, price continuation. We're in a downtrend, so we obviously moved down a little bit. Then this, is from the previous chart. It's from the 4 hours, man. There we go. This is also from the 4 hours right here. So let me send all this stuff back to the 4 hours where it belongs. Go back to your time zone. There we go. So are we doing something, man? Probably we developed some stuff here, right? We cannot see that lower low that we had on the 4 hours here. If anything, we're going higher with less negative momentum. That's fine. You're going with the market on the bottom part, so no bullish stuff going on. But apparently, we do have bearish stuff going on. You're definitely higher than here. So from here to here, you're going higher. Now the question is, are you going higher on your RSI as well? Sorry, on your MACD histogram. 10. You're not, but you're going equally on that height. That is creating some like weak bearish divergence, class C, type 2. Sorry, type 3. And it's still good enough for it to break it down. So price going higher, but you're not going higher on your momentum, and that's what's breaking it down. Now, on the histogram, you're fine. You're going with the market. You're going higher. Now, on the shorter term, low, higher low, more or less higher low. So nothing here, man. If anything at all, hidden bearish divergence from here to here. It's just too short, man. But if you had to call something out here, you would go from here to here and from here to here. Converging on that top part, creating that divergence again. Not really the best looking for Litecoin. Price continuation right now, opening sideways, 0.02%. Again, we just changed hours. So new development, again, this positive momentum can still build, get higher than here, and then negate that divergence. But right now, we just like create some red. Let's see how these comes on playing out, right? And this just decreased. So again, this is just going to the previous one, right? Even to the more immediate one. There we go. We will still have divergence, but I have to do this thing where I have to like zoom it in a lot so I can pinpoint this, man. There we go. Hidden bearish divergence. Boom. Let's go into Binance, man. What is happening with the Binance? Binance gaining dominance. Yesterday gaining 2.18%. Right now gaining 0.80%, sitting at 1.45% of market cap. Price of Binance, $21.46. Binance still going up in price. That positive momentum is starting to build. Sorry, the other daily, yeah, starting to build still. Higher than the previous one. Now, the only thing I don't like right now, the only thing I don't like on the daily is that mid here, you're definitely going higher, and you can see it. And from here to here, you're going lower, and you can see it as well. So you're creating bearish divergence right now. So if you fail to get higher on this bar, you're going to create that divergence. It's going to break it down, and you would have it also from here to here. So you can see that you're slightly lower here. So again, creating that bearish divergence, potential price action to the downside on Binance. Now all these lines are from different chart frames, and it's just annoying that they keep showing up here. Again, this bar I just drew. This is not respect. It's not respecting it. It's just not staying where it's supposed to, man. You know, I'm gonna have to clear this chart, man. This should just stay on the daily. There you go. This should also just stay on the daily. And this should also just stay on the daily. Sorry for doing some cleanup during the stream, guys. But again, every day we do this, and every day they just keep come back to haunt us and mess everything up. So let's go into the 4 hour. A little bit cleaner now. This is from the 1 hour. So we'll send this back to the 1 hour, I guess. 1 hour and not on the daily. There we go. Send this back to the 1 hour as well. And not on the daily. Sorry about this, guys. But if I don't do this, this chart is just going to look way too messy. And I really need to look clean for you guys to be easier to see, right? For you guys to be able to identify, and for me to also be able to see cleanly what is going on. So, settings, and send this to the 1 hour. There we go. And send this to the 1 hour as well, right? Send this to the 1 hour. Man, sorry about this for a second, guys. Again, I really got to get this done. Otherwise, we're not going to be able to look at the chart properly. You're doing this all over the place. There we go. Anyways, here we are, shorter term. Yesterday, we were creating these. We said, man, let's see how this keeps on developing. We're creating divergence. Bearish, price action to the downside. We got that red candle. Then we got a reversal, bullish engulfing candle. Very nice. Still pumping to the upside. You know, this would have gotten, it played out. We got the move to the downside that we called. However, it still played out to here, and then you're going higher in your price, and then you don't have that divergence anymore. But to here we did have it, and it did see that move to the downside that we called out. It wasn't a violent move to the downside. It was around a 38-cent move. but still, we were able to see it and then call it out. And we were seeing as it was playing out, because this time it was when we started the stream. So anyways, let's go into the 1 hour and see what's going on, because here we have nothing else going on. So we're just going higher, we're going with the market. So yeah, let's go into the 1 hour. Sorry, on the 4 hour, man. I gotta zoom in a little bit more. Barely, man. Just barely. You hit it here, you're higher, to a slightly higher high. And it will be from a high to a lower high, and to a lower high on the other side as well, but very slightly. So very slightly, you're developing bearish divergence, price action to the downside. This candle might go red. Now let's go into the 1 hour, man. 8 people tuned in. Thank you guys for watching. I do appreciate that you guys come here to watch the stream, to hang out with me. If you like what we do, like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell. Again, I'm not sure who's watching the stream. If you guys want to say hi, then I can address you and ask you questions. If you want to participate, that's fine. And if you don't, then that's also fine. So let's see what else is going on here on the 1 hour. And this thing coming back from the daily to haunt us again. It's just off. Sorry, from the 4 hour candles. Shit, man. 4 hours. I've been correcting this all friggin' every day, man. Every day it's the same stuff, man. It just doesn't stay where it's supposed to. There we go. Anyways, what's happening, man? Let's see. We're pumping to the upside. That's fine. High, higher high. That's fine. Higher high. More positive momentum. You're going good. Again, nothing bearish on the top part yet. What I can see that could happen, right, is if you try to pump to the upside, it's gonna take you a lot of strength to get up here. So you're gonna need a lot of positive momentum. If anything, from here to here, even if you go to that same height or slightly higher, you're probably gonna end up going somewhere here on that positive momentum. So it's just something that you guys should keep in mind and watch out for as it develops. You will need a strong pump for that momentum to like go higher than this positive momentum bar, and then not create that bearish divergence. You're having some contraction on the Bollinger Bands, rejecting lower prices, using that 20 MA nicely to bounce off, sitting neutral on the RSI. Sorry, not neutral. You're seeing bought right now at 60.42. Now on the lower part, low, higher, low, less negative momentum. That's fine. Higher on the RSI as well. That's also fine. Here we didn't even have a negative momentum island. Here we did have one. So again, if we wanted to anchor from this to here, going higher, and here you're opening up as well. So you're creating hidden bullish divergence, price continuation. That's why you probably saw this pump to the upside. Right now you're curving off a little bit, probably getting exhausted. Let's see how this keeps on developing for this, man. I'm not seeing anything else here that we can call out right now. On the RSI, you're also going higher. So again, that's it for Binance. Do you guys want to look at something else? Yeah, just throw any coin on the chat and we'll look at it. If no requests come up, we'll call it a stream for today. It was an experimental stream today. We did all the news at the beginning, all the charts towards the end. Let me know if this is something that is of interest to you, or if you like this format, and then we can keep it. And if you like the previous format where we did news charts, then we'll go back to that one. So let's see what else, man. Meanwhile, while you type something out, I'll just go look at, see if there's anything that is pumping that we have looked at before that could be of interest to you guys, and we'll go from there. Nothing that I can see short term. Everything's just like 1% up, if anything, bad. Let's go back on the daily, man. Bat, try to pump. Let's see. Low, higher, low. Less negative momentum. Just going with the market, nothing there on the daily, on the 4 hours. Let's see. Nice impulse up on BAT. Did we develop something? Higher, low, higher. No, you're going fine with your momentum and your RSI on the bottom part, so no divergence there. Still pumping, moving nicely here. Higher than the previous high, yes. More positive momentum though. and higher than here as well. So again, you're showing with the market looking good. Not sure what this pump is from, and it just happened. It started developing, let's say yesterday, November 12th at 6 a.m. Not sure if there's news for that have developed. I don't look at news for that right now on my regular show. So let's see what else here now. We do have another bad chart, and I'll probably look at this one as well. Looks off. I don't like this one because of this weird move that they're considering here. But again, let's see. Low. Okay, cool. So from here to here, we did have some divergence develop, right? Bullish. So from here to here, let's take the momentum again. Also on your RSI, let's see. What is this? 40.43 and 40.90. So yes, very slightly higher. Or even if you wanted to be neutral, if you want to be neutral there, you will be creating a weak bullish divergence on the RSI, but strong bullish divergence on the MACD histogram. If you wanted to consider this, it is slightly higher technically. So again, you could be developing strong bullish divergence, both price action to the upside. That's probably what is pumping. This developed yesterday at 8 a.m., but we had not looked at this coin. So we didn't look at this yesterday's stream, so we haven't. Yeah, that's probably why it pumped, and we weren't tracking it. It's not on my radar right now, to be honest. What worries me is that on Bitcoin, we are below that 200 MA, and being below that 200 MA again puts us on that bearish zone. At least for me, it's a bearish sentiment, and it makes me be a little bit more cautious, particularly with projects like, let's say, small coins that are starting up or that are not well founded. So again, it gets me a little bit worried in that aspect, right? So I guess no coin requests are coming in, so we're gonna call it a stream for tonight. Thank you guys for tuning in. If you like what we do, like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell so you're notified when we go live. Talk about crypto to your friends, to your family. Let them know that we are here. We really want to grow. I'm really interested in this. I usually like it when the stream is more active, to be honest. At least when people chat, it makes it feel a little bit more engaging. I don't mind being here and just talking by myself, but at least the other way, it just feels like there's a sort of conversation that can flow. So if you guys want to chat at any point in time and give a shout out, and let me know that something is going on, you can do it, and that's fine. I do make time to take your requests and look at them with the same passion that we look at all other requests. Anyways, something that we hadn't looked at here as well. You're going higher here, you're going lower here, so you're creating the bearish divergence. Broke you to the downside again. From here to here, you're going higher. Now the question is, are you lower than here? Move this out of the way. Okay, so you're higher than here. So again, that's fine. That's it. Impulse up, consolidating. Let's call it that right now for this. All right, impulse up, you gotta consolidate. Now, guys, if you like what we do, like I said, you know what to do. That'll be all for today. I hope you enjoyed the show, the stream. Let me know what you think, and leave a comment. Give us a thumbs up. We like thumbs up. It lets YouTube know that you like the content, and it will recommend it to other people. So yeah, that's all for tonight, guys. Thank you for watching. I'll catch you tomorrow.